Dear Diary, I'm still lingering outside the city of Vigrid, enjoying the sight of the moonlight, when suddenly Jean, aka the Lady in Red, flies in on a motorcycle like some sort of Fast and Furious circus act, and basically runs over all the angels in the vicinity. Then Bayonetta and Jean partake in some hilariously witty banter. Ha 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 ha, they're so clever. But not a single soul mentions that this witch bitch is sitting on a motorcycle that is clinging to a vertical wall. That's not how gravity works, Diary. They have a bit of a disagreement, which cues another flashback, where I learned Jean was about to become the leader of the witches and wanted to fight Bayonetta in some sort of ceremonious coronation fight. And then everyone shit their pants because apparently Bayonetta is the love child of an Umbra witch and a Lumen sage, which is forbidden because everyone is racist. No wonder she crushes angels between her thighs. Getting locked up in a jail cell and being called impure your whole life doesn't turn you into a kindergarten teacher. It makes you crazy and filled with bloodlust. We start our memory fight, and I suppose it unlocked new powers inside of me. Because now, thanks to magical lunar power, I can run on walls, and also relive terrible, hurtful memories. Yay! We duel it out, but right before I'm about to deliver the finishing blow, I jump back to reality. Jean is gone, but luckily my moon powers are here to stay. That is, as long as the moon is out. Once it gets covered by some clouds, I'm back to normal horizontal walking. I finally made it into the city of Vigrid, and with all the trouble I went through, I expected money trees and chocolate fountains. But I didn't find any of that. What I did find was a scrappy fuckboy named Luca, who was hitting on all the ladies. He seemed to have a sort of connection to Bayonetta. In fact, his father was the unlucky scuba diver who recovered Bay's body from the lake, and then she killed him. Or so we're led to believe. Luca tried to get a pic of Bayonetta, as fuckboys do. Bay pushed him around a little bit, there was talk of herbs and spices, and Bayonetta mildly tried to kill him, and then in the same breath, half-heartedly saved him. Their relationship is pretty toxic. Hopefully both parties seek help. After the meet and greet with Luca, I made my way through the city, having angel fights left and right. You know, these angels have a glaring disregard for human life. Take these spinning wheels for example. They may be called enchant, but it wasn't fucking enchanting when they threw the San Francisco treat on those poor people walking to work. God damn, have some respect for living beings. Aside from punching angels right in their assholes, I looked for oddly shaped buildings in this surprisingly monotonous town, like this giant gyroscope innocently teetering on the side of a cliff overlooking the ocean. I bet that won't be important later. But for now, I'm going to waltz into this immense cathedral, which was home to a little girl ghost who looked suspiciously like Bayonetta. That child clearly had ties with witchcraft. It's the only explanation as to how her glasses were staying on her face without any arms. But before I could figure out exactly who she was, Potluck had to stick his big dumb head into the window and ruin my train of thought. And then he tried to fly away with the church still on his head. It was like watching a dog get its head stuck in a plastic lawn chair. Good job, dum-dum. I hope your parents are proud of you. I somehow wiggled out of the flying building, whirled it around a couple of times, gravity be damned, and threw the entire church at Potluck and then plummeted to earth without a single scratch on me. I was pretty fucking impressed with myself. And then Potluck, the instigator, showed up. Some harsh words were said, there was some mother insults being thrown around, and then Potluck was like, "Oh, if you're not my awakener, then we have no quarrel." And Bayonetta was like, "Bitch, please!" But Potluck was adamant about taking the high road and escaped through a heaven time warp thingy. And then, for some reason, the super religious and devout city of Vigrid burst into flames, probably killing everyone who lived there. Welp, guess you guys didn't pray enough. You're all dead now. Either that or I need to find my monkey and carpet, because one of those knuckleheads touched the forbidden treasure. And then fairness showed up, and I wanted to kick its teeth in because, hey, guess what? None of this is fair. You did a bad job, Fairness, a really bad job. The floor is lava for no reason. A ton of people were killed for no reason. I am one small, dainty lady. You really do not have to set all of Europe on fire to get me. My plan of action was to head for the gyroscope while I endured Pompeii Simulator 2016. I was eventually able to seek refuge in a cave, but that wasn't the best of places either because, turns out, I was in the Vigrid lava catacombs, with one big broke-ass stone bridge. Great, I really backed myself into a corner this time. But when I thought all hope had been lost, a miracle unfolded before my eyes. as angels descended upon me, and as I basked in their sweet haloed heads, a portal opened and took me to none other than Paradiso itself. Sweet! I had somehow broken into heaven, and it was nice. Even nicer was this hourglass that I jacked. It had the ability to reverse catastrophic damage with a single turn, although a little sombering considering God had this power all along and didn't use it for, I don't know, let's say the Holocaust, the Titanic, the Black Plague, the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the birth of Donald Trump. I mean, come on, the world could have done without a few of those things, but whatever, it's fine. I was able to pull myself together enough to make it across more broken bridges, avoid lava spouts, and moonwalk the heck out of that cave. But before moving on, I stopped to gaze at the city engulfed in flames. It might have been my fault for being sassy, but I'm going to point the finger at Potluck. That guy is a jerk, and I was glad to be out of there. But as I approached the enormous Colosseum, I got the feeling that I may have jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire. Until next time, your friend, Brittany Saturn.